We got cut off in the last feed. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. I have some little technical difficulties, but I think God is going to let us go over it, overcome it all. So we're in Daniel chapter 4 here. We're talking about Nebuchadnezzar, King Nebuchadnezzar, to the people, nations, and the many of every language who live in all the world. May you prosper greatly. It is my pleasure to tell you about the miraculous signs and wonders that the Most High God has performed for me. By the way, we're using the NIV today, so I use a different translation every other day. How great are His signs, how mighty His wonders. His kingdom is the eternal kingdom. His dominion endures from generation to generation. I, Nebuchadnezzar, was at home in my place, contented and prosperous. I had a dream that made me afraid. As I was laying in my bed, the images and visions that passed through my mind terrified me. So I commanded that all the wise men of Babylon be brought before me to interpret the dream for me. When the magicians, enchanters, astrologers, and diviners came, turn the page 1 second. I told them that the dream, but they cannot interpret it for me. Finally, Daniel came into my presence. I told him the dream. He is also called Belshazzar. There's a real mouthful there. After the name of my God, and the spirit of the holy gods in him. I said, Belshazzar, chief of the magicians, I knew that the spirit of the holy gods is in you. It is no mystery. It is too difficult for you. Here is my dream. Interpret it for me. These are the visions I saw while lying in my bed. I looked, and therefore me stood a tree in the middle of the land. Now let's talk about dreams for a second. Okay, so last night I had a dream. Okay, I don't know why what was my ex-girlfriend doing in my dream? I don't know. I wasn't thinking about her. Maybe she was still thinking about me. For some reason, I had a series of dreams where her in it. We're hanging out, we're out on a date and stuff like that, movies, And the thing about it is, when you die, okay, that's what happens really. When you're resting in your grave, you're just asleep in a sense. You're not awake, but your subconscious kicks in. You're awake, and you just have a series of what you did on earth. These people you know, and some people you don't know. Have you had a dream where, who are these people? I don't know who these people are. They're unknown. I had many dreams like that where I want to find out who these people are. In my dream, I don't know who these people are. But I know those guys, I know those gals over there, but I don't know these people. So, that's the thing with Nebuchadnezzar. I'm not saying I'm Nebuchadnezzar, but Nebuchadnezzar usually knows all his dreams. He knows what the meaning of his dreams are. But for this dream in particular, he doesn't know what it means. So he has to call extra professionals to help him. So he called upon these divinators and magicians. Let's go on here. Verse 11. The tree, verse 10. These are the visions I saw while lying in my bed. I looked, and there before me stood a tree in the middle of the land. Its height was enormous. The green grew large and strong, and its top touched the sky. That is a big, humongous tree there, if you touch the sky. That's how it was in Bible days. It was visible to the ends of the earth. Its leaves were beautiful, its fruit abundant, and on it was food for all. Under it the beasts of the field found shelter, and the birds of the air live in its branches. From every creature was fed. And the visions I saw while I was lying in my bed, hey, that rhyme. Oh man, sometimes God's a rapper, I guess. I looked, and there before me was a messenger, a holy one, coming down from heaven. He called in a loud voice, cut down the tree, trim from its branches, strip off its leaves, and scatter its fruit. Let the animals flee from under it, and the birds from its branches. But let the stump and its roots, bound with iron and bronze, remain in the ground, in the grass of the field. Let him be drenched with the dew of heaven, and let him live with the animals among the plants of the earth. Let his mind be changed from that of a man, and let him be given the mind of an animal, till 7 times pass by for him. Wow. The decision is announced by messengers. The holy ones declare the verdict, so that the living may know that the Most High is sovereign over the kingdoms of men, and gives them to anyone he wishes, and sets over them the lowliest of men. This is a dream that I, King Nebuchadnezzar, had. Now, Belteshazzar, tell me what it means, for none of the wise men in my kingdom can interpret it for me. But you can, because the Spirit of the Holy God is in you. The Holy God is in you. Then Daniel, also called Belteshazzar, was greatly perplexed for a time, and his thoughts terrified him. So the king said, Belteshazzar, do not let the dream or its meaning alarm you. Belteshazzar answered, My lord, if only the dream applied to your enemies, it is meaning to your adversaries. They also say sleep is the cousin of death. That's what they say. There's a famous saying. I don't know who said it, I forgot his name, but a poet said that. I happen to believe that's true in a sense. The tree you saw, which grew large and strong, with its top touching the sky, visible to the whole earth, with beautiful, strong, and its top touching the sky, visible to the whole earth, with beautiful leaves and abundant fruit, providing food for all, giving shelter to the beasts of the field, and having nesting places in its branches for the birds of the air. You, O king, are that tree. You have become great and strong. Your greatness has grown until it reaches the sky, and your dominion extends to the distant parts of the earth. Now, when you read this, if you read between the lines there in the scriptures, this is not really talking about Nebuchadnezzar, per se. It's talking about all kings and rulers that God has put into power. And, if you become a ruler or king, prime minister, president, whatever you are, you have a tremendous responsibility there, and to rule wisely. Because if you get out of hand, guess what's going to happen? If you become a tyrant, just what happened to Nebuchadnezzar, he became a tyrant later on. As you read on, you're gonna be shut down pretty much by the people. And the same thing happened to Pharaoh and Moses. Pharaoh became all drunk on his power, and he started to erode